The Bible says priesthood is about sacrifice. Now listen very carefully. Priesthood is about sacrifice. Now most times believers, even those who teach about sacrifice, whether it's finance or what service in the house of God, the truth is that, respectfully speaking, most times we teach it from a fleshly standpoint, and so it does not provide the power that the Bible says should come from it. Are we together? When Peter had a vision and he was sent to the house of Cornelius, the testimony that led to that encounter was the fact that the prayers of Cornelius and then his giving. Watch this, please understand this. You will bless God and you will thank me for this revelation that I give you. It will be a powerful tool that you will close and open doors with. The priesthood of believers, when you make spiritual intercession, when you command possibilities, listen carefully, please. The Bible gives us a very powerful mystery in the book of Revelation, that the old heaven and the old earth will one day pass away. Now this is powerful. A physical space will one day move to where we do not know. So automatically we know that physical scenarios can move. They are living things. Are we together? A life and a destiny that is full of pain is a physical scenario akin to an old heaven and an old earth. That there is a technology that can move a sin out of a man's life and bring another one. Follow me please. Now he says that in terms of the New Jerusalem, but it's a principle you must understand. That means that I must find a way, and I can find a way to close certain seasons in my life and open others. If the old heaven and the old earth can go away, then it means anything in my life, I can choose that the time has come for a phase of my life to go away. And I want to show you the technology that controls that outcome. Pray in the spirit for 1 minute. Please pray in the spirit for 1 minute. Ebrati shalabrende gede barada baladaba. Akro shalande kadusha lipra haskadia dabara. Empradigeti la karuta siala baradaba. In the name of Jesus, I pray that you will use this truth and reprogram your life and turn your life and your destiny into a wonder. Please let me have your attention for a few minutes. We're going to pray. Genesis 8:22. Please look up. The Bible says that when the earth was judged with flood. Flood is one of the elements of the supernatural, is water. And then the animals came and Noah offered. It was a sacrifice. Please look up. Of all of the clean beasts, he offered sacrifice. And then the Lord smelled a sweet savor from it and made a proclamation that is very, very prophetic. It says, while the earth, so the earth is involved in this talk. Look up please. While the earth remains, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. It's an ordinance that came from the mouth of God. Are we together now? That seed time and harvest shall not cease. Now watch this. The principle of what in the body of it's been known for many years and not many people have understood it, is called the principle of seed faith. Listen very carefully, please listen. Great men like Oral Roberts and Kenneth E. Hagin and great fathers of faith, patriarchs who have gone transited in glory, they did their best to explain it as best as they understood. But remember, revelation is progressive. Are we together now? Yes. So they communicated the perspectives that God gave to them, But one of the advantage of the apostolic and the prophetic ministry is that you are given illumination by the Spirit to see, and then you are granted the grace that can make all men see. Ephesians 3 is a grace that makes men see. Not just men hear, men see. Insight, illumination, understanding. Now please look up. The principle of seed faith, please look up. You're about to learn something that will change your life forever. The principle of seed faith is the only principle that is able to mimic what Jesus did. Jesus said, verily, verily, I say unto you, he said, except a corn of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it abides alone. Are we Bible students? And that means that the principle of resurrection is such that the seed dies, not that the seed enters the ground. Entering the ground is not death. Death, therefore, is not the cessation of life. It is the gateway into another realm. We call it the listen, you have to understand this. That means the door that leads to life is called death. Death is not a dead end. Death is a door. When you want to go into life, you follow the door called death. Now watch this. That means, watch this please. Oh dear. When Jesus was about to end a dispensation and begin another one, he followed the door of death. Are we together now? And in dying, in his resurrection, he brought many sons into glory. Do we agree? Now that is the same principle that happens with your seed. The Bible says that when you sow a seed, and agriculture attests to the fact that when you sow a seed, for a while that seed follows that door too. You call it death. It literally dies, and then suddenly something begins to happen. Another life. Are we together now? And then it produces after its kind. Are we together? Now the principle of seed faith is based on death and resurrection, not money. That means whatever is tied to that seed, as the seed dies, it must die. Are you getting the point now? I can take everything in my life, my trouble, my pain, my frustration, and tie it to the seed. The moment the seed dies, the law declares that that dimension of my life must follow the seed to the grave and die too. So I can end seasons in my life and open another one. And the mystery here is found in 1 Corinthians 15. Please look at this, verse 38, that God is able to give your seed another body. This is still priesthood. I can end shame and not have more shame as a harvest. God can change the body of what died and make it laughter. Because seeds should produce after their kind, but that there is a technology, because there are some things you want to kill, you don't just want more of. Look at this. When you sow corn, it's because you want more corn. Are we together now? When you sow rice, it's because you want more rice. But there are times in the technology of God, there are times you sow certain things to kill them, not because you want more of them, and so that your faith can reconvert that manifestation, so that it is not what died that comes out as the harvest. God is able to give your seed another body. That means I can sow shame, I can sow delay, and tie it to a seed and bury it. As that seed dies, my shame too dies, my delay dies. Now I'm not going to get more delay as a harvest, I may get speed. God can reprogram that delay, and what will come as a harvest is speed. This is priesthood. We can use seeds with understanding to end seasons and open others. But God giveth it a body as it had pleased him, and to every seed its own body. I can sow in tears and not reap more tears. I can reap joy. It looks like a deviation of the law, because every seed gives birth after its kind. If I sow shame, I should reap more shame. But you can sow it because you want to kill it. Listen, There are things in your life that need to come to an end, and I'm telling you, just saying it must come to an end is not enough. He programmed the earth as a system of advantage for you, that you can carry a seed with understanding, not manipulation, with understanding, and begin to list the seasons that must come to an end. If the old earth and the old heaven can pass away, then everything in your life can also pass away. So you can end seasons. Lord, I do not experience favor in my life. I move forward but by struggle. That scenario is like an old heaven and an old earth. You can tie it to a seed. That's why I said it somewhere, and let me say it here. It is dangerous to steal money in the house of God, because you don't know who is killing with the seed is dropping. If you pick a seed that has not died, what is on it is also alive. It's true. You see what went wrong with Judas? Because people were sowing seeds and Judas was helping himself. Judas did not just die of frustration. Many things killed him. Someone's suicidal thought was sown away in that seed, and he kept receiving it and did not allow it die. Your seed can program certain seasons in your life. It is still part of priesthood. Now the challenge is that because most seeds come as money, and so most people think that it is just a church manipulation to extract seeds from people. Now, respectfully speaking, I know that here and there sometimes people do not approach this subject of seed with integrity and all of that, but that does not mean that the principle is not true. There are people who are long overdue to enter certain strong seasons, and if God sowed Jesus to get us, then it is important for you to understand that you can bury certain seasons and open up others. And there are times that God can give speed. Please hear what I'm telling you. The things I tell you are the things that I do. I have ended seasons in my life and opened others. It's not just the will of God.